Everybody give me a big wave. Everybody say dream big really loud. Dream big. Hey, well, we got to say it big time. Say it loud. Dream big. There you go. All right, man. If you could just kind of head that on me. Well, let me turn this around here. There we go.
You have this on you.
Yeah, just what I'm going to do. We're good.
Okay.
Just turn it around for me. What's up, everybody? So one of the reasons I do this is because the information that I'm going to share with you guys today is so life-changing that I want you to be able to come back to my site, share it with your friends, so that you can have this information to build your life around for as many years as you want to, okay? I will introduce myself. I will tell you very little about myself, because what I have to say is so important. And I have a lot of that written down in my little black book here, which is my journal. If you don't keep a journal, I suggest that you start getting a journal. My journal is on right near my best friend, okay? My name's Reggie Grubb. If you want to know more about me, just Google me. My brand is going to speak for itself. What do I mean when I say a brand? I mean my commitment to excellence, my commitment to serve my community, my commitment to serve those that are around me and make an impact for my community. That's my brand. This is me. I love children. I want to serve children. So I want you to understand that your brand will speak for itself. Am I talking about how fly you look with your clothes and stuff like that? Not necessarily. I'm talking about your character, which Martin Luther King said that we will be judged not by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. This is so huge. So the first thing that I want to talk about today was Martin Luther King's mentor. How many people know what a mentor is? Can you tell me what a mentor is?
It's a teacher.
It's a teacher, okay? His mentor was Howard Thurman, who also was Gandhi's mentor. Isn't it ironic that this man mentored two world changers? Howard Thurman said, don't ask the world what it needs. Ask yourself, what can I do to come alive? Because the world don't need people to fix it. What the world needs is people that come alive. So I wanted to focus on that Dr. King was a great listener. Obviously, if you're a mentor or a teacher, you have to be a good listener. Now, the powerful thing about being a good listener is, guess what? You can apply what you learn. Remember, knowledge without action is nothing. Or, faith without works is dead. Now, I haven't always been this way. I had what I would call a rock bottom moment 2 years ago when my child, Dre, was battling type 1 diabetes, and my insurance got messed up, and we needed money for his insulin. And as a man, as a father, I couldn't even pay for the medicine to keep my child alive. Something different changed in me. I went on this spiritual journey. Now, I would be highly ashamed of myself. I'm not going to talk about religion today, but I would be highly ashamed of myself if I did not tell you that Jesus Christ plays a huge role into the person that I am, and that relationship with him is very precious to me. So what's so powerful about mentorship? Low battery. Just we'll rock it till it stops. I think you have someone out there. What's so powerful about mentorship? Mentorship is powerful because if you know all the mistakes not to take, and I know all the mistakes not to take, we can shortcut this. We can shortcut what we want to do. But if we try to do everything on our own and we think we know it all or whatnot like that, then you got to learn by trial and error. It might, you might spend 2 weeks, you might spend 2 years, you might spend a whole year trying to get something done. When, guess what happens? You fail. And you fail because the whole time you was trying to do one idea, it was wrong. But a mentor, and you have to learn that way. But a mentor can look at you, what's your name? Courtney. A mentor can look at Courtney and say, hey, Courtney, this is probably not the right road to go on. We need you to head this way. I'll highlight Dr. King today because he's special. But I don't want it to come across like I'm pushing Martin Luther King to the side. I'm actually stepping into his shoes. Okay? I want you to be a representation of that dream. Because today, I'm not judged by the content of my color. I'm judged by the content of my character. And today, I'm going to give you some powerful insights that if you take seriously, they could potentially change your life. So, what I want you to think about, I want you to think about your gifts. Does anybody know what a gift is? So I'm a believer that God gives us gifts. Some people can write. Some people can sing. Some people can talk really fast. Some people knows the inside scoop. They know everybody's business, right? Whatever your gift is, I want you today to look within. See, the whole world looks out. They want to try to figure out what's the next best thing. If you're black, you could do something other than just dance and play sports and act. If you got a fully functional brain, you can make an impact on your community. You can make an impact with your family. You can make an impact for yourself. But you got to look within. See, I'm talking realness now. You got to look deep within. And you got to say, what is my gift? And when you identify what that gift is, that's when you can start doing the impossible. If you're a great singer, then you're meant to sing. If you're a writer, then you're meant to write. I could take the Bragg's personality test 100 times. I've took it 10 times. All 10 times. Life coach, mentor, writer, author, artist, teacher. That's what I am. So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just tapping into who I am. I suggest that the meaning of life is to tap into who you are and use it to serve your community, use it to serve yourself, use it to serve your family. The beautiful thing about that, there's a book called The Alchemist. I love process. I love creating things. Like Where the Wind Blows is a creation from my mind. Einstein said that the imagination is simply a preview of life's coming attraction. The problem is everyone worries about the neck down, what we appear like. Very few people worry about the thing that controls the neck down, and that's the brain. Even Jesus said in the Bible, be renewed in the way of thinking. If you can start learning and stop getting away from all of these, your mom's here. Or, you didn't have a dad, your dad didn't show up in your life. Or you don't have a certain grandmother that cares about you or whatnot. All that stuff doesn't matter. You gotta look within and you gotta tell yourself, I have some gifts and I'm gonna maximize them. I'll tell you a story of a lady. She was a young woman at the time. She worked for a guy who sold hamburgers. He didn't have much business. So she hit him up and she said, listen, I think I'm really good at making pies. It's a gift of mine. I'm really great at making pies. And He said, well, you think that would help business? She said, sure. So she brought her pies in one day. She made a pie. Everybody loved the pie. Next day, they asked him, hey, can we get another pie? The day after that, can we get more pies? She ends up putting an oven in her house, and she starts selling a few pies. The guy closes his business. He has some good marketing strategies. He closes his business, and he says, you know what, I'm going to help you sell these pies. That is Marie Callender. There's not a grocery store in the country that you cannot go to and you cannot see her pie in the freezer section. And the reason that happened, she didn't do anything special. She looked within and she found her gift. Steve Harvey says that he has a friend, all he does is cut grass. That's it. He don't try to do anything other special than that because he's really good at cutting grass. He makes $4 million a year. This is a product, it's a byproduct. Money and blessings is a byproduct of committing to your gift, mastering your gift. So today, I would challenge you to look within. In stepping into Dr. King's shoes, I'm going to challenge you today. And I'm going to say, look within, but I have a dream for you. Too long have we sat on the excuses. Well, that's the white man. Or, well, I don't have, I wasn't born rich. Well, I don't have a mom and dad. Who cares? You got to stop feeling sorry for yourself and maximize out the gifts that God gave you, because you're special. You're special whether anyone believes it or not. And if you haven't heard it from me or heard it from anyone else, then you've heard it from me that you are special and that you may be young. And what I'm saying may be a little bit hard to process, but eventually, if you take some of the things that I'm saying seriously, they could be potentially life-changing for you. So right here, if we're looking at this replica right here, okay? This is the IBM 360. This is a replica of the computer that actually sent the rocket to the moon. I don't even know if it's the full size of the computer, but it's not. It's definitely not larger. It would be smaller. How many people has a cell phone? Okay. Do you know that that cell phone, this big, has 10 times the million power of this computer? So I'm sure you don't know it, but you have a gold mine in your pocket. Yeah, you might not have access to books, but right now I could get on YouTube and 10 of the most powerful books, I can watch them animated on YouTube right now. If you took any of the advice in the books, it could change your life. But once again, when all I do is focus on problems, when all I do is be ungrateful, no matter your circumstance, if you live in the United States, if you are in a poor circumstance, and I deal with children, I got messages on that phone, hey, Mr. Reggie, I haven't ate in weeks. Mr. Reggie, I don't have nowhere to live. So this isn't a game for me. I'm being for real. This is what I'm about. Ask anyone in the community. Once again, I'm going to tag, my brand is going to speak for itself because I am what I am. I'm not going to just bang on excuses. Well, no. You got access right now at your age to get on YouTube, learn anything that you want to learn. You can get on Google. What's the next step for me to make money or to do anything that I want to do based on my gift? And all you got to do is get started. But you got to know why you want to get started. There's the problem. Okay? And I'll touch on that a little bit later. John F. Kennedy said, don't ask the country what it could do for you. Ask yourself what you could do for the country. What's powerful about that is that's an entrepreneur type tag. What do you mean, Mr. Reggie, entrepreneur type tag? If you look within your gift and you say, I'm going to do something with my life. I'm going to create, because money's just an exchange of value. If you fix a problem for somebody based on your gift, what happens? If you can cut hair really good, what happens? You get to cut hair. Someone's going to pay you for that. It's an exchange of value. Tap into your gift. There's guys on the internet right now. That can paint shoes. They get a lot from Nike of Air Force Ones at a discounted rate, probably at almost $10, $15 a shoe. They paint them, put designs on them, make them look really cool, move those shoes on eBay for $250 a pair, and they had almost a $15 to $20 investment into that program. See, but when all you do is make excuses. When all you're asking is what the world can do for you, not what you could do for the world, you don't get to take advantage of those opportunities. So yeah, I just want to really focus on, look within yourself. How can you serve your community? Everybody's on cell phones, everybody's connected, but you're not connected. How about looking within yourself, creating a study group or creating a place to a local business? I'm sure the fudge lady down on Main Street would love for a handful of you guys to come and study books and eat ice cream. You can impact your community instead of just looking for a way for your community to impact you. All right, so to just tell you, I have a dream for you to be impactful, it's kind of it's good, it's inspirational, it's even motivational, but it's not going to show you the way. And even though you're young, I'm going to tell you things today as a black man I was never taught, okay? But because I am a livid reader, I read 2 to 3 books a week. I was put in, at your age, I was put outside the classroom and was told that I couldn't read. I hated books. The first book I was able to comprehend was the Bible. And I've forgotten how many times I've read it. I read all the time. I listen to audiobooks all the time. I have nothing different than you have. I have a cell phone that I use to maximize. I've created books. I've published books. My mentor is friends with the guys off of the Shark Tank. You circle yourself around people that want to be something. Okay? If I'm going to sling, I have kids that try to sling rocks or whatnot. I don't know about you guys. Y'all probably don't even know who Frank Lucas is. But he was borderline genius. The FBI even had him work for him. This guy was a big-time drug dealer. He got caught and busted. So chances are, if you're not really good at mathematics and such, so what, if your hustle, if your grind skills on the street ain't that good, it's a countdown for prison, okay? And once you get into prison, the way that system's set up, you probably ain't gonna have money to make bail. You're gonna have to fight your way out and try to survive while you're there. You might catch another strike. You get out and you're not even able to eat. You catch another strike. Here you are in life in prison for what? So I would suggest you take my route. Once again, what do you have in your pockets? It's a gold mine, right? Say, Mr. Reggie, that cell phone is a gold mine. You got more power in your pocket than what sent a rocket to the moon. And I want you to tap into that. No longer will you say, well, we don't have libraries. Nobody buys books in my house. Once again, I'm gonna give you a list of 10 of the top powerful books that you can read, or we can highlight, and all of those are on YouTube, and they're animated. So if you're a kid, you can watch them. They almost are like a cartoon. You can draw from it and learn from it. You can be inspired, and you can make change on your community. Another story of a guy who decided that he was going to buy a ton of rocks and shine them up. And he called them My Pet Rock. He bought a boatload of rocks for a little bit of nothing, put them in a container, called them My Pet Rock, And now he's a millionaire. Why? Because he looked within and he used his gift. I'm going to encourage you today to use your gift. So what I want to talk about is understanding business and profession. As a my profession, I'm a teacher. I work at a school. But my business is literature, real estate, stocks. Do you understand the difference? I could take a doctor who makes $250,000 a year over 10 years. I could take a factory worker making $50,000 a year. The factory worker spends time purchasing assets. Assets is something that makes money for you. So instead of going out and buying a Mercedes-Benz, they're going to buy a storage unit. The interest off of the storage unit is going to pay for the Mercedes-Benz. They're not spending any of their money. But these are things that we wasn't taught. We just go out and get it, so we got to appear like we're the life. You remember what Kanye said? We want to appear that we have that life, but you couldn't buy somebody a bag of chips. So if you understand the difference between, I think every American has the potential to not only have a profession, but also to have a business. So this business guy, this guy working in a factory, he owns Porter Johns. And I know a guy that does this, so I'm not going to give you his name, but all he owns is those outside toilets. He's a factory worker. He's been doing it for years. But he's got his toilets sitting everywhere, and they're making him money. Do you know his net worth is worth more than what a doctor's is who's living paycheck to paycheck? See, it's all on how you look at it. But somebody's got to tell you that you can maximize out of your life, not just by doing the one thing that strikes and gets you rich, but you can live a very comfortable life understanding this one concept. I want to touch on passive income. Passive income is if I buy gumball machines, right? They're paid for, they're mine. Instead of buying Jordans, instead of buying $200 outfits, I buy $200 gumball machines. They're sitting in stores everywhere. And every time someone buys one, it's making me money. That's passive income. And learn the difference between assets and liabilities. Liabilities lose money. Assets make you money. Okay, so if you buy a brand new car, chances are that's a huge liability. How could you get that car at no cost? One of the greatest mistakes as a young parent I taught my kids was, God, get money. You can't get money. It don't grow on trees. Well, money's made out of trees. And it's an abundance. It's all about your mindset. I was wrong as a parent to teach them that way. You can have whatever it is that you want, but you need to learn there's right ways to do it. The last thing that I want to talk about is love yourself first. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but it's a life-changing thing for you. If you can love yourself first. You know, in the Word it says, love thy neighbor as you love yourself, which is huge. And we always realize, okay, yeah, we got to do some nice things for people. No, you got to do nice things for yourself first. Mind, body, and spirit. Invest into yourself, because that way you're able to utilize your gift and maximize it and give that much more back. You show me someone that seems hateful, you show me someone that seems hurt, negative, and bitter, I'll show you someone that really doesn't love themselves. And they bought into belief systems about themselves that are probably lies. Probably lies. I was told that I couldn't read. I can read a book right now in 30 minutes. I've trained my brain to be able to do. I read 2 to 3 books a week. Don't believe those lies. Believe what's on the inside. But you gotta love yourself first. Mind, body, spirit. So what's that mean? Read. Read. It's scientifically proven that reading creates brain white matter that decreases chronic negativity thinking. So start, guys, get your books. I don't care if you're not even a strong reader. At one time I wasn't. Get a book, start reading. Listen to an audio book on YouTube. Secondly, body. Go out, take a walk, exercise. It's gonna make you feel better. Doctors say that the best treatment for depression is exercise. Why everybody's not doing it is beyond me. And I will tell you, it's very important. I like to jog. Didn't used to. A year ago, maybe 2 years ago, Granny will tell you, I was probably 100 pounds heavier. So I'm not just talking to you, whatnot. No, I practice these things. In spirit, even quantum physics says that there's an unseen force that's unexplained. You're almost 70% water on the inside. So to not be connected spiritually, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you, but I can tell you Sam Walton, the owner of Amazon, the owner of Nike, all of these men connect spiritually. They spend time in prayer and meditation. So I have a morning ritual that I stick by. 4 a.m. I wake up, I feed my mind, do some breathing activities. I exercise for a whole hour or so. And then I take a cold shower. I'm not going to explain all this, it would take too much time. But I have a ritual. I feed my mind, I feed my spirit, I feed my body. Okay, I'm the captain of Reggie. I suggest you be the captain of you, or else everyone else is the captain of you. Because at the end of the day, if my wife decides to leave me, if my sons decide they never want to speak to me again, I have no control over that. But I have all control over me, how I choose to act, how I choose to do with responding to life. This is what I tell myself every day. Reggie, it's your fault. Quit putting it on everybody else. Everything where I am or where I'm not is because it's my fault. Take ownership. Be in control of you. Okay? My morning ritual, I do it every morning. It's important to me. Because if you could dictate your morning, you dictate the course of the rest of your day. If you wake up and the first thing you do is get on Facebook and you see a bunch of, Susan then left her boyfriend, or Mark then punched such and such in the face or whatnot, then I'm fighting people's battles. When I start my day, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Remember, who are you being the captain for? Yourself. Whose gift are you trying to maximize? Yourself. Because I tell you what, don't take my advice, take Howard Thurman's advice, who mentored Gandhi and Martin Luther King, 2 world changers. If you don't want to take my advice, take theirs. He said, don't ask the world what it needs, ask yourself what makes you come alive. Okay? So, in close, we still recording? We still good? Great. I got a book list that I want to give you guys. Now, some of these books might be ahead of you, but they're going to be life-changing for you. Okay? Remember, I'm going to have this video on YouTube. I'm going to tag it just for you guys. And all you got to do is watch it all you want to watch, and you can pull from what I'm trying to teach you. Okay? The number 1 book for me is the Bible. John Maxwell sold over 30 million books. He said that the Bible is the number 1 book for leadership strategies. So I read Proverbs and the Gospels all the time. I love old Bible stories. Second, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Huge book. I could just break it down in sections and teach one section for a solid week. Ego is the enemy. Our ego edges God out. So that part's really huge for me. The obstacle is the way. It's the hardest thing when you're looking within at your gift. The obstacle, the thing that seems the most impossible, you just got to embrace it, and you just got to do it, just like Nike says. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a great book. The Third Door by Alex Banias is a great book. The Money, Master Game, and Unshakable by Tony Robbins are both great books. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar is a wonderful book. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Hey, in 1970, Phil Knight. How many people are wearing Nikes or Jordans today? I'm going to teach you something about being connected in yourself, being connected with the universe, being connected. Phil Knight said in 1972 they had to win Chicago. If Nike didn't win Chicago, it wouldn't exist. His 3 major trips was at the River Jordan, Kobe, Japan, and the first shoe that he sold out of Japan, and this is the guy that created Nike, was a track shoe called the Tiger. His top 3 selling shoes, obviously, is Michael Jordan, Kobe's, and Tiger Woods shoes. So absolutely, when you connect and you just tap into your gift, these type of things happen. And an extra book is